Welcome back to the Collector Chronicles YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, silver. A lot of us collect silver, stack it, hoard it. We get it from different places like coin shooting or metal detecting. We go to garage sales, anywhere that we can find actual coin shops, and where we can find silver. The idea is usually to get it at the lowest price possible or for free. These coins right here are all coins that I got working retail or in circulation and change at the Coinstar kiosk in the rejection tray. Here's a 1948 dime I got like 2 nights ago here at the local grocery store in the Coinstar. So there's another place that we can find silver, sterling silver. If you know what to look for, you can spot it sometimes and pick it up if you can get it cheaply. If someone really doesn't know what they have, like at a garage sale or a estate sale. And that is in this box. And this is all U.S. Army, U.S. military, armed forces insignia. There's a lot of rank badges. We're going to get into some of these right here. So there's a main thing that we have is marksmanship and rank insignia, U.S. Army, and they were mainly from World War II, World War I, that time period. These are captain's bars, sterling. They're marked. Most of the time these will be marked. Here's another one, sterling. Here's one that we would call like clutch back, where it had the actual, the clutches that we're all familiar with. A lot of these, this is shoulder form. Meyer was a big a maker that had a big contracts with the U.S. military, U.S. government to make insignia. There's a lot of these that look just like this, but they're not sterling. They're just heavily plated. There's ones that are from the later time period, like Vietnam era, that are like called stay bright. They're like really shiny, like a mirror. I don't think those are usually actual solid silver. There's the marksmanship medals. These came out, I think, around World War I or maybe in the 20s. All of these I found in a U.S. Army dump. And when you find them, this is pretty much, some of them, I think they burned the uniforms at this location, so some of them got a little bit, messed up from the heat, some like thermal damage. They have, some of them have a bullseye. I don't know if that's the differentiation between like marksman and sharpshooter. Here's a marksman. They had different phases where they went through. They had different models. They kind of like, they were prototypes, or they were popular for a few years and they replaced them with something else. This one right here I found is similar to a U.S. Marine Corps marksman type of medal or sharpshooter. But they had one in the early 1900s that was for the Army, and that's what this is. It's still got the ring on it. These had these little attachments that hung down from the rings like that, whatever your like qualification was. So there's, rifle, that would have been probably for the 1903 Springfield. Machine gun, that would have probably been for like a belt fed, like the World War, like the water cooled, like a 30 cal bayonet. So they would have probably had like a dummy or something that you charge with a bayonet. I've seen them like pistol, grenade. I think I got, yeah. Auto rifle, that would have probably been for the BAR, the Browning Automatic Rifle, which I think came out in like 1917. So there's one for like submachine gun that would have been for like the Tommy gun. So there's those. Like that's marked on the back. Sterling. The pins broke, the clutches broke off the pin back or whatever. So let's see a few more things here. These are First Lieutenant sterling, and if you're not familiar with military rank, this is second lieutenant. It's like gold. And some of the ones that are gold, it's not going to be real gold, obviously, but you think, okay, well, that's not going to be sterling because it's probably just gilded like gold-plated brass, but actually they're sterling. So I guess that you know, it would be a better metal to make it with as like a fine item, a sterling. I mean, you kind of think that would defeat the purpose because, you know, sterling is silver looking and gold is gold looking, but I guess it's just like plated sterling. Another example of that would be this distinctive insignia. They call these DIs. They were like in the 20s and 30s. They started to come out with these authorized for different units. You know, U.S. Army, State Guard. I think they're still in use, but this one's marked sterling. So I think this is a prepare for combat. I think this was a U.S. Army Air Force like World War II instructional battalion where they trained airmen, you know, maybe for the bombers or whatever. I think this was done in Texas. They did that. Here's like a I think that's Colonel, the leaf, Mark Sterling. This might have been it's not got a pin back on the back. I think that might have been maybe glued on or something. Who knows? Okay, yeah, we got the U.S. Army Air Force. I think I show these in my collar insignia one. Some of these, I have a whole bunch of these, and I'm going to be selling some of these. These I'm going to keep for myself, though, even though I don't collect World War II, because these are really nice. They're marked really nice in the back, and you'll notice that even the clutch backs, get off there, are marked sterling. And one of them is not, though. It's just a regular World War II era. So I actually found some that aren't really officer grade that I'm going to rob. I need another sterling one to make this a set with the matched correct pin backs. If you're a collector, you understand that. Here's a smaller one, sterling with a maker. And then it says 10 karat. Sometimes they have like a GF 120th. That means like 120th gold fill or something. This is really tiny. I think that was for an overseas cap, like the little flat cap, you know, the side cap or whatever. Ones like this that are curved, you pretty much would guess that's for an epaulet of some type. I have a friend who was in the Army in the 80s, and he said that the ones for their shoulders were big, but they wore the exact same ones on their hat, and the smaller ones were for their like a shirt when they don't have their actual uniform jacket on. So I don't know if that was that way back in the World War I or World War II, but let's see what here we got here. Yeah, this thing here. This is what they call sweetheart jewelry. USA. One of the links is missing, or two of the links are missing, and that's marked sterling. So we're gonna do another video about sweetheart jewelry probably. Here's another one that has the like a sergeant of some type, like the rank. Sterling as well. They have these things right here you'll run into a lot. E with like an enamel colored inlay. Army Navy Production Award, sterling. This was like I think back at the home front in the like the shipyards and the aircraft manufacturing buildings. You would get this for productivity as a worker. This one right here, sterling. This mark on the back, they call that a lot of times acid test, where it has that like snowflake type of design. I've kind of learning about a lot of this stuff, even though I'm not into World War II stuff, because I'm going to be selling some of these and I need to make sure I get an accurate description down. As far as ones that aren't actually marked, here's a captain's fur hat, I believe. These are marked sterling. These are, I think, are definitely World War I. They're like a simulated embroidery. And these are my favorite. I think I might keep these unless I need to sell them. So, as far as this whole thing of saving them or acquiring them as silver, I'm not justifying melting them down for silver, like melting them into bars or anything. I want to make that clear. People can hoard or stack or acquire and save, hang on to silver. You know, you can have silver as what they call junk silver coins. Doesn't mean that you're going to melt it down. This video, the purpose of this is because I think silver is going to go way, way up. And as that happens, people are going to start looking for more places to find silver. And you need to have as much knowledge as possible as far as where to find it. Here's another little jewelry, like a little lapel expert rifleman. I think that came out in like World War I era. That's sterling in there. So yeah, a lot of this stuff can be more collectible as a military collectibles, you know, military antiques type of deal. Here's an example of one that I think is sterling, but isn't marked. A lot of times, you know, the base metal will show through and you'll see like a hint of brass if it's not actual sterling. Here's one of those production award things. Looks sterling to me, but it's not marked sterling. It's like a smaller version. So as far as the collectability, to give an example here, you know, the World War II ones are more valuable because of the collectability of World War II stuff. And when I was looking into what they call a snowflake or acid test background, or the reverse stamping on them, I found this one. And wait, that's not the one. Dadgummit. Where did it go? Ah, this one right here. Okay, so I'm looking at the back, just looking at markings and everything, because there are different manufacturers that are popular, like this one right here, Firmin, London. A lot of the U.S. Air crew were stationed in England, and they had a market in England to sell them British-made insignia, so that's pretty collectible there. So anyway, this one, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, those are little palm trees. Looks like palm trees with like coconuts. And then it says Beverly Craft. And so I looked up Beverly Craft, and I'm thinking, is that like Beverly Hills? Like back in the 40s when, you know, Beverly Hills in California was like a new, you know, hot place to be. And sure enough, there was a insignia maker in Beverly Hills called Beverly Craft. And these are very sought after. So something like that, you know, you want to keep an eye out for too if you ever run into this stuff. So I think that's everything. We're going to do more videos like this in the future. I hope you benefited from this and learned from it. Here's another thing. These are World War I U.S. discharge lapel buttons. I've actually found one of these, like metal detecting, relic hunting, that was silver. So I think the silver ones are for if you were wounded. I might be mistaken. So anyway, I think that's everything. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram. I follow everybody back. You can post your comment, suggestions, and subscribe, like, and see you in the next video.